please help me beg the older generation of Indians in Kenya to stop being racist towards the Kenyan people.
So they are valid to say Indian people are racist.
This is something that a lot of people don't know. Mahatma Gandhi wasn't fighting for freedom for everyone. He was fighting so that brown people were treated better than black people, okay? Black people are seen as low.
We as Indian people need to acknowledge how we are wrong and apologize and change. We literally have come through apartheid together and somehow we're still divided. It doesn't make sense.
Hello and welcome. This is Kachina with Kach Generations. Now this is what's up. Recently, social media claiming that Indians who live in Africa, or rather in Kenya to be specific, are racists. Yes, and these are not just claims, because there are videos going around on social media that are showing that indeed these Indians are racists. And the claims are based on the basic comparison on how they treat their African workers compared to how they treat their fellow Indians. It is said that they are very bitter at Africans, and I wonder if the bitterness comes from their pepper-filled foods. You know, their foods are very bitter. I just wonder, but I think without wasting much time, we will watch the videos and get to see or get to judge if at all these Indians are racists or if at all these are just claims. Let's watch the first video.
Indians in Africa, and especially in Kenya, we all know your ancestors were brought into these lands to come and build the railway line by the British. After the British left, you guys stayed to be part of us, which was only fair because you guys deserve to be here. But please, help me beg the older generation of Indians in Kenya to stop being racist towards the Kenyan people, towards the black. Pay black people the same wages you pay your own kind for the same services offered. A lot of Kenyans are suffering in EPZ, industrial area, and all the industries that are Indian owned because they're being treated very brutally. There's a lot of racism. Please, please.
It is quite okay with me that she has called out the older generation, because they are the ones that are bringing all these problems that we are discussing or we are talking about today. Now, the following videos are videos of Indians calling out their fellow Indians on racism. They have accepted that indeed Indians are racists. It may not be all of them, but at least most of them are racists. Let's get to watch the videos.
About the amount of racism that most Indian people have towards black people.
I wasn't going to stitch this video because I've made many videos talking about racism in our community. But I've seen a lot of stitches on this video and Indian people saying, well, it's not all Indian people. Yeah, we know that, black people know that, but it's a lot of us. So they are valid to say Indian people are racist. And can you honestly tell me, how would your family react if they know you're dating a black person? I also saw someone say, well, black people are racist to us too. Two wrongs don't make a right, but I'm also having a hard time believing that you know that many black people. And you're probably just making this assumption from like two black people that were nice to you. So like, well, they're racist to us too. We as Indian people need to acknowledge how we are wrong and apologize and change. We literally have come through apartheid together and somehow we're still divided. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, it's really bad in the South Asian community. The racism towards black people is unbelievable, how they're viewed, how they're treated. Even if you're a Muslim, by the way, like I've noticed a lot with South Asian Muslims, they even dislike black Muslims. It's disgusting, okay? And that's not a reflection of Islam, by the way. That's just a reflection of this community. The community that I'm from, so I can speak confidently on this. Yeah, the racism is disgusting. And this is something that a lot of people don't know. Mahatma Gandhi wasn't fighting for freedom for everyone. He was fighting so that brown people were treated better than black people, okay? Black people are seen as low in the South Asian community. Put it this way, if the darker you are in the South Asian community, the uglier you are seen, which isn't true, obviously, but that's just the way it's seen. So there's a lot of internal racism. Brown people love white people. I say they love white people. They hate black people, but they will kiss the white master, the one that literally put them through slavery and everything. It's a bit odd. And the people that have it the worst in the South Asian community, brown women. Brown women that are seeing people outside of their culture who are black. There have been so many cases here in the UK where young South Asian women have been killed because they were with a black person. Okay? So yeah, brown women have it so much worse when they're dating a black person. But yeah, there's so much racism. This guy's right. He has every right to be upset. I apologize. It's horrendous. And it's true. As much as we're all going to sit and be like, no, it's not true. It is. The racism towards black people in every culture seems to be a thing. I know Eastern Europeans hate black people as well. But the South Asian community, oh, yeah, it's disgusting.
I like the fact that the guy came out clean and admitted that most Indians are racists. And these are not my words when I say that Mahatma Gandhi the Great was not fighting for the freedom of everybody or for everyone's freedom, but he was fighting so that Indians or the brown people can be treated better than we, the blacks. Well, those are not my words. Will they be my words? Then I know Indians would have come for my throat. But these are words from an Indian, somebody who believes in Mahatma Gandhi. You know, Indians are quite often over defensive about their own, but in this case an Indian has come out clean and admitted that Indians have never had the best of intentions for we the Africans. And it's quite unfortunate that this racism is happening and is going on in our land. They are doing and they are practicing the racism here in Kenya, here in Africa. They are practicing it here. A few years ago, we heard of the Phoenix massacre in South Africa, and it was quite unfortunate that Indians were involved in killing blacks in their own land. You see, would it be in their land, then we'd probably be talking of something else. And in the comment section, I saw people commenting and saying that Africans are indeed guilty because they are the ones that are allowing this to happen. People are saying that in the case of Kenya, where, you know, in Kenya, so many Indians are have created so many job opportunities and they have employed so many Kenyans. And in this case, people are just saying in the comment section that Africans, or rather Kenyans, were responsible for this racism because it is the same Kenyans that have allowed the Indians to treat them this way. Well, I don't think this should be the case. That should not be the argument, because they are the ones that are practicing it. And I don't think that if at all we decide to revolt against them or do whatever Idi Amin did in Uganda. You know what Idi Amin did in Uganda? That man refused the unfair treatment from the Indians, and he decided to kick all Indians out of Uganda, and it had an impact. It really had an impact. Uganda's GDP really dropped, and their production rate really dropped. Well, we do not want that to happen in Kenya. Let's say if at all somebody like Manu Chandaria or the Chandaria industry is brought to a halt or is locked down or is stopped from manufacturing in Kenya, then I can tell you for a fact that Kenya's manufacturing industry will be shaken. So we cannot blame the Kenyans for doing that.
I would not recommend going to Delhi.
Okay.
No,
Scratch that off.
because Delhi is also a great cultural vibe, but the people sometimes are very, and especially because you're black, I'm going to tell you there are racists over there who are very much in your face. Like, I'm not even going to lie. There's my black friend from America had come down. He was from Brooklyn and he was visiting Mumbai, and he's queer. So he was like, what are the queer hotspots? So I took him to like a bar and everything. And this is in the most uppity part of Mumbai, right? Where all the influential and affluent people come and drink. So we're having a smoke in the balcony, and there's a song in India, and pardon my words, but in India, nigahe means eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the eyesight.
Okay.
So the song has the word nigaho mein. So
Yeah.
he was saying that verbatim on purpose because there was a black guy and they could say the N word without saying the N word because of the Indian word.
Oh, they try to do that shit?
My blood was just like curdling, not even boiling. It was just like, I'm like, bro, like, and the girl next to him was like, she was pinching, like, shut the fuck up, don't do this. You know, so that also happens, you know.
I think it's high time that Indians stop being racists. It has come to a point that the woke Indians, or the younger generation of Indians, are going on social media and telling or bringing awareness to the whole African population that I would advise you not to come to India. Well, I think it is high time that this comes to an end. We will not allow this, not at this age and era, or not at this time. The times of the ages of racism are long gone, especially those Indians that are being racists in our own African land. We will not allow them. I think it's time for Africans to stand up and talk. Let's have a conversation going on. Should we really allow Indians to come to our land and do this to us? Well, I understand that so many Indians are considered Kenyans by birth. If you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment if need be, and do not forget to press the subscribe button and also tap on the bell icon so that you can get notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you.